AITA for being the reason my cousin's wife left him? I, 29F, attended a barbecue party for the 4th of July. All my extended family was there. I was chatting with my female cousins when one of them asked about my dating life. I told her that I just broke up with my BF of 6 months. Then she asked, "What rule did this one break?" And I replied, 4 6 inches. My cousin's wife was there. They had a pretty short engagement. They knew each other for 4 months. And at that time were married for 3 months. So 7 months in total. She asked what my female cousins meant by rules. So I told her that I have a list of 9 rules. If a partner broke one of them, I break up with them. I told her that I came up with them while recovering from an extremely abusive relationship, because I did not want to get into another one again. Then she asked me about what those rules were and I told her. Well, fast forward to last weekend. I went home again but noticed that my aunt was giving me the cold shoulder. I am a direct person. So I went to her and asked her what she had against me. Well, she said that thanks to me sharing my unhinged rules with her dill, her son is going through a divorce. I told her that all I did was talk about myself and my convictions. And if her dill left her son, then that is between her son and his wife. And to not try to pin it on me. Now she and her son are calling me an awe. And my cousin is really broken up about it. So AITA? Edit 1. Since it seems like a lot of people are going to ask for them. Here are the rules. 1. I leave at the first sign of physical abuse. Doesn't matter if it's just a shove. 2. I leave the first time they use slurs against me. BTCH. CNT. 3. If they try to monopolize my time or try to get me to cut off my ties with other people, I am out. 4. If they cheat, I leave. Doesn't matter if we have been together for a week or 30 years. 5. If they don't pull their weight when it comes to house chores, I am out. This one if done on purpose. I am willing to help them learn to do better. But I won't nag nor repeatedly ask them to do what they should do. 6. If they try to guilt trip me or use manipulative language, I am out. 7. If they try to control my finances, I leave. This does not include trying to get me to stick to a budget we make together, but more financial abuse and control. 8. If they do not have boundaries with their parents when it comes to our relationship, I leave. 9. If they don't respect my privacy, I leave. Think wanting to track my location 24/7. Wanting to give them detailed info on who I will be hanging out with, when and where to an extreme degree. I don't think that any of these rules are that weird. It is just what I don't want in a partner. So your rules are basic respect? NTA. All of these rules should be expected in every relationship. By your aunt's reaction, I am guessing. 8. If they do not have boundaries with their parents when it comes to our relationship, I leave. And who knows what else. Your rules are perfectly reasonable. NTA. NTA. These rules are 100% normal and I wouldn't put up with anyone breaking one either. Even if I didn't have them laid out like this. Edit. Plus they got married after 4 months? That's crazy and absolutely normal for a 7-month relationship to end. Maybe don't get married before you actually know someone. Woman shrugging. NTA. Fellow abuse survivor here. And these rules are spot on. I keep similar ones when I actually feel like dating again. And they mesh well with the relationship red flags check sheets my counselor gave me way back when. The only one I would add is not respecting interests, opinions. It's one thing to not like the same stuff, have the same views. It's another to repeatedly downplay, insult your partner's interests, views and push the relationship to only favor your own opinion. Frankly, if your cousin's wife left him so quickly, they already had problems. All she probably got from you was an affirmation that she's not crazy. If your aunt is blaming you, it may be because she doesn't want to see it, and may well have been enabling her son. NTA. Your rules are very sensible. Also, I'll note that your rules aren't about the other person changing. It's about you. That's awesome. You take ownership of your part in that relationship. You establish your boundaries and you respect yourself enough to follow through on them. I'd ask the aunt, did cousin cheat on his wife? Hit her or treat her like a bangmaid? 'Cause clearly it's that or something in that territory. So your cousin was abusive and his mother agrees with him. Good to find out that they're garbage people. NTA. NTA. And if your cousin was breaking any of those rules, he deserved to get dumped. Even if they were stupid rules, it still wouldn't be your fault. Okay, so we have the rules now. Which one did your cousin break? Because these all seem reasonable. NTA. NTA. You're not the reason why your cousin's wife left. She realized some of your standards made a whole lot of sense to her. And then she decided your cousin did not meet those standards. NTA. You just taught some other girl how to set standards. Turns out your cousin doesn't measure up hard to see how that's your fault. But, as recompense for asking, I think you need to tell us the rules. NTA. Your aunt knows deep down that her son is lacking. But it's easier yo pin it on you. You can always talk about yourself. NTA. As someone whose last relationship was abusive, I will be using these rules in future relationships. Thank you, Op. You just saved Sil from a terrible relationship, it sounds like. NTA. These rules are excellent. And there were clearly underlying relationship problems between your cousin and his soon-to-be ex that you had no way of knowing about. NTA. If they're divorcing, he probably was the asshole. Though possible she overreacted over something. Depends on the rules. But their relationship is their own. Not your fault. Your rules apparently made her rethink things. Him and your aunt are assholes for blaming you for their issues. But we need the rules. Teach us. NTA. Your cousin must be aware he isn't what he represents. He knew he couldn't maintain the illusion long, so he fast-tracked her into marriage before she figured him out. I bet she's relieved you gave her the cliff notes to a bad relationship. NTA. What rule did your cousin break? 8 perhaps? Those are great rules and they are certainly not unhinged. Inquiring minds want to know what the rules are. Grin. Seriously though, instead of looking at what her son did and judging him on his actions, she blames you. That is grasping at straws so she doesn't have to face reality. You are NTA. And if you feel like sharing the rules, I promise not to blame you for any breakups. NTA. You are not the reason why your cousin's wife left him. He is. Hearing your more than normal rules. Something must have clicked with her. She might have realized that he broke one if not more of these rules. Perhaps even on a daily basis. Your confidence in showing that the end of a relationship is not the end of the world has given her a boost in confidence that she needed. She refused to be a doormat any longer and stood up for herself. I can bet money that your cousin is a mama's boy and complained to dear mama about how his wife left him and blamed you because of it. He sent his flying monkeys to do his work, instead of realizing that a relationship requires input from both ends. NTA. But for people everywhere, please, for the love of God, what are the rules? NTA. You knew people were going to ask what the rules were. Slightly smiling face. Anyways, nothing sounds unreasonable. The reason people asked about the rules, or sometimes those rules are they need to make $200,000 a year. They need to pay for everything, etc. If she broke up because of one of these rules, then your aunt needs to have a convo with her son.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.